Hello, welcome to the day 8 of me, Akhilesh, was speaking with you in spoken English, trying to improve my spoken English. And today is April 1, it is a financial new year, also a Fool's Day. So yesterday I didn't catch up of this Fool's Day concept, and today I came across a WhatsApp group and it showed something called as a war Middle East war lockdown notice with the Indian government's emblem with it. When I tried to open it, it simply said April Fool. So that's when I realized today's April Fool's Day. Okay, and also it's one of my college mates' birthday. So after this video, I should go and wish him. So I am pretty. I always want to write these record these birthdays, you know. Even during my school days I will have my own personal scrap note or rough note, what to say, where I will just scribble things and write things. Scratch journal, we could call it as like that. And in that, what I would do is, in my school days, in my batch there would be around 90 people, 90 students will be there. And almost the boys to girls ratio would be somewhat around 50-50. So consider there would be at least 45 boys, 45 to 50 boys would be there. And I will write all the all the days, like January from 1 to 31, February 1 to 29. And I will write for all, for a single page will have dates of a single month. And I will mention all my batchmates birthday, and also birthdays of my family members, their wedding anniversaries and cousins birthday. I will note it down, everything in that. And every month I will go through it, and I will memorize it, I will try to memorize it, and I will wish them in that day. So so that was me. And I don't know, I actually am pretty obsessed with noting, having a very good database. Okay, I'm getting a phone call. It is from, it looks like a toll free number. So I'm just going to ignore it and put it in silent. Okay. I have noticed one thing. After switching to this brick phone, uh, I feel little calm without this active Instagram doom scrolling. So after X doom scrolling, there is there is a slight improvement in the sense of peace. I could vouch for that. So actually, I got my phone back. So, but it is not the same one. It doesn't feel the same. So I am pretty slightly sad due to that. So when I gave this to the service center, they said if they want to replace the screen with the, actually my screen got cracks, right? I put it down quite few times, and it had severe cracks. And as part of mm, mm, fixing it, they have to change the screen also. And yeah, they had two options. One is the actual screen, so they claim to be that to be the original screen, so that would cost around 8,000. And the another option is to uh, switch to a second grade screen, which they said it cost around 3,500. And I opted for it. In a split second I thought of buying a new phone. This is CMF by Nothing Phone 1. I thought of upgrading to CMF by Nothing Phone 2. So, but in that decision, my actually I gave it to my driver, and he gave it to the service center. So our driver was the point of contact between myself and the service center. And somehow there was some misunderstanding, and the service center guys, they replaced with that second grade screen. So when I decided to, okay, let's upgrade to CMF by Nothing Phone 2, and I asked my driver to simply get the phone back, no need to service it. I thought of buying a new phone. And when my driver tried to convey it to the service center, and they said no, we have already fix the second grade screen, and so that's why I'm sticking with this. But I actually thought of getting even this Nothing 4A Pro, which cost around 35,000. I was ready to buy it, and I had a slight, what to say, is it a wild thing to to for thinking of getting an iPhone, not their flagship one, not the Pro model, but just the basic one, the starting one. But even I thought of getting the Pro model. So I very recently came out of all the credit card EMIs and everything. Yes, of course, I am a financial planner, but I do have some financial troubles then and there. I do caught up in some credit card debt. So we only in this only 2 months back I sorted all those things. So and didn't feel like getting into another EMI. So even though I know I could handle it, but I don't want to get into it. So yeah, I want to at least try to hold on to being debt free at least for a while in this new financial year. I'll definitely try on that. But yeah, uh, having another third party screen with that phone doesn't feel the same. It feels like even though, despite this phone, I have a memory of getting this phone at 12,000, but my wife is saying that we got this phone for 16,000. So somehow still it is a very budget phone, and it is a very very great catch, great value for money. That what I have convinced so many people to get this phone. So both of my sisters and even some of my clients and friends, I have convinced them to get this phone. So CMF, by no chance they sponsored me to be a promoter of their for their phone, but it is really good. So that's why I even thought of upgrade after 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 breaking this thing. I even thought of going to upgrade for this next version of it, and it had a very decent upgrades too. Okay, so the main thing I miss is this phone has an inbuilt fingerprint sensor, but as it is now replaced with a second grade quality screen, some third party screen. So I can't use that inbuilt, that in that fingerprint screener. So that itself somewhat putting me off. Yeah. So the main thing is, so I just had a random, after saying this, I just said to myself, okay, nothing stays the same after doing a repair on it. Only if you want the same quality, we just have to replace. And I suddenly got reminded of my surgery of inserting a plate inside my leg. So all it's almost like my leg is also repaired only, right? So that thought put me into a rabbit hole of thinking whether if I would be able to be the same person that I used to be. So, so I am not a very big athletic person or nothing like that, but I used to be at some point. So even though I am not a very, yeah, I'm not an athlete around the year, but I love playing sports. I am decent at badminton, decent at cricket. So that's what I love doing that. And occasionally I love dancing for my cousin's wedding. So dancing without any choreograph for to the DJ. So I don't know if I could be if I could be doing those things at my most potential like I used to do. So what I could remember is during when I was working in this Chennai, I said right, the earlier videos I mentioned that I transformed into a new version of me. I had a very strict diet. I went to gym every day, and I had a trainer at the gym, so he pushed me off the limits to be my best self. Okay, so yeah, at some point I was leg pressing almost 600 kgs. So that sounds so wild. Right now, I can't even. So not because of this leg injury, but even before that, I wouldn't be able to leg press even 50 kilos. But even back those days, easily I pushed 400 kilos in the slider, and I used to do bench press. I used to bench press around 100 to 110 kgs. So that was my peak at my physique. And that time, from our office we went to Pondicherry for our colleague's wedding. And at the night of that wedding, we booked an Airbnb, some service apartment, and we just had a speaker running some folk songs, all the song other people were socializing. So basically they were chilling out, they were drinking and smoking up. So all those things were happening. So basically I don't do those stuff. Not I'm not against it, but I don't feel like doing it at any point of my life. So they all had their own hard drink, liquor, whatever. And what I had is Kevin's milkshake. That too, 4 bottles of Kevin's milkshake, chocolate flavor. I'm a adamant chocolate flavor guy. So whatever I get, it's always going to be chocolates. That's the default one for me. I don't even mind trying different flavors because I'm comfortable with chocolate. Okay. So I had this 4 Kevin's milkshake, maybe each one after some time later. So like I there would be 20 to 30 minutes gap between each of that milkshake. But that night was wild. I was dancing like a madman, and my colleagues, they were so shocked. They even doubted that if I had some drink or if I had some alcohol in me, because I was dancing that while. So, and we that continued for more than 3 4 hours. We were continuously dancing, and still I had the energy. Still had that stamina to dance for another couple of hours. So that how active that was my, what to say, I was so active then. And after that, after my marriage, I got jaundice. And after this jaundice thing, um we had one cousin's marriage. And at that cousin's marriage also, after that jaundice recovery, that was the first time I again have to go for the somewhat peak activity, a heavy cardio thing. So, and I was able to match that energy somehow, but still it wasn't the same level. And after that, very recently, last May, we had the marriage of another cousin. She is the last cousin in our generation. And that cousin's marriage that I mentioned happened in 2022, the same year as my marriage. And this cousin marriage happened in 2025. So in between these 3 years, my physique, my my health deteriorated very badly. So I wasn't physically active at all. So I'll be sitting like this all day in my office. And so I got so obese and so inactive. So for this cousin's marriage, we did practice, but it wasn't a heavy practice. I just want to memorize those steps. I will stand along with my other cousins, but I don't dance as active. So I thought, so what is the point? I can easily kick it off in the dance floor on the actual event day. But the thing is, I wasn't able to. So at from my wedding, the cousin's wedding, and this cousin's wedding, uh, I would be the audio mixer. I will be collaging all these songs. So easily the whole record, so the whole track will be easily about 30 minutes. So we put this 30 minutes and we have never rehearsed for all this full track length. But so all my other cousins are so shy, so I have to be the part of the whole record. And I almost lost all my stamina, all my energy in the first half itself. The last half, and particularly the climax of this recording, has very fast beats. We have to dance like anything, but I wasn't able to. And that is when I realized, oh my god, so we are in a very bad situation. But people around me didn't notice that much. They still know how we are dancing. They were telling like that. But I know, right? I know my body better than anyone else. It was very hard. So this thing was just kept running in my mind. But even after that, I didn't again switch back to being conscious, health conscious. I didn't get that clarity soon. Very recently, before this accident only, we thought of as again restarting, consulting with a nutritionist, having a proper diet. So on the day of accident, when I'm traveling towards the quarry, I thought, okay, so right now it's January 31st, till there are Feb and March, 2 months are there. I had a running subscription in a sports academy, so which is mainly for badminton, but they also had a gym with it. So I wasn't even able to play badminton because as I got so obese, I can't just simply jump and be so flexible. My knees started to hurt, and to and for overcoming that, I had to do normal athletics, normal track running from the low level, from normal level, and incrementally increase the activity with the help of my school sports staff. He was very kind to train me, but that too. So what the problem is, I always be a frequent traveler. I travel to Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore, anywhere. So I love to attend my clients' wedding, their personal events. So I'll be traveling at least once in a month. So if I travel somewhere, it will be very hard for me to again jump back to the proper routine, so the healthy routine. So I will, okay, let take a rest for another 2 days or 3 days. What happened?